足の陽明池
Stomach meridian.
小球
ST1. Tear container. On the face, between the eyeball and the infraorbital margin, directly inferior to the pupil.
四白
ST2. 4 whites. On the face, in the infraorbital foramen.
古領
ST3. Great crevice. On the face, directly inferior to the pupil, at the same level as the inferior border of the ala of the nose.
地層
ST4. Earth granary. On the face, 0.4 fcun lateral to the angle of the mouth.
大芸
ST5. Great reception. On the face, anterior to the angle of the mandible, in the depression anterior to the masseter attachment, over the facial artery.
強者
ST6. Jawbone. On the face, 1 finger breadth, middle finger, antero-superior to the angle of the mandible.
下巻
ST7. Below the joint. On the face, in the depression between the midpoint of the inferior border of the zygomatic arch and the mandibular notch.
髄
ST8. Head support. On the head, 0.5 becon directly superior to the anterior hairline at the corner of the forehead, 4.5 becon lateral to the anterior median line.
陣芸
ST9. Man's welcome. In the anterior region of the neck, at the same level as the superior border of the thyroid cartilage, anterior to the sternocleidomastoid muscle, over the common carotid artery.
椎突
ST10. Water prominence. In the anterior region of the neck, at the same level as the cricoid cartilage, just anterior to the border of the sternocleidomastoid muscle.
記者
ST11. Chi abode. In the anterior region of the neck, in the lesser supraclavicular fossa, superior to the sternal end of the clavicle, in the depression between the sternal and clavicular heads of the sternocleidomastoid muscle.
欠盆
ST12. Empty basin. In the anterior region of the neck, in the greater supraclavicular fossa, 4 becon lateral to the anterior median line, in the depression superior to the clavicle.
気庫
ST13. Chi door. In the anterior thoracic region, inferior to the clavicle, 4 becon lateral to the anterior median line.
小棒
ST14. Storeroom. In the anterior thoracic region, in the first intercostal space, 4 becon lateral to the anterior median line.
奥へ
ST15. Roof. In the anterior thoracic region, in the second intercostal space, 4 becon lateral to the anterior median line.
要素
ST16. Breast window. In the anterior thoracic region, in the third intercostal space, 4 becon lateral to the anterior median line.
乳中
ST17. Breast center. In the anterior thoracic region, at the center of the nipple.
乳根
ST18. Breast root. In the anterior thoracic region, in the fifth intercostal space, 4 becon lateral to the anterior median line.
扶養
ST19. Not contained. On the upper abdomen, 6 becon superior to the center of the umbilicus, 2 becon lateral to the anterior median line.
小満
ST20. Assuming fullness. On the upper abdomen, 5 becon superior to the center of the umbilicus, 2 becon lateral to the anterior median line.
両門
ST21. Beam gate. On the upper abdomen, 4 becon superior to the center of the umbilicus, 2 becon lateral to the anterior median line.
関門
ST22. Pass gate. On the upper abdomen, 3 become superior to the center of the umbilicus, 2 become lateral to the anterior median line.
対立
ST23. Supreme unity. On the upper abdomen, 2 become superior to the center of the umbilicus, 2 become lateral to the anterior median line.
ガス肉門
ST24. Slippery flesh gate. On the upper abdomen, 1 become superior to the center of the umbilicus, 2 become lateral to the anterior median line.
点数
ST25. Celestial pivot. On the upper abdomen, 2 become lateral to the center of the umbilicus.
概量
ST26. Outer mound. On the lower abdomen, 1 become inferior to the center of the umbilicus, 2 become lateral to the anterior median line.
大骨
ST27. Big gigantic. On the lower abdomen, 2 become inferior to the center of the umbilicus, 2 become lateral to the anterior median line.
水道
ST28. Water passage. On the lower abdomen, 3 become inferior to the center of the umbilicus, 2 become lateral to the anterior median line.
嫌い
ST29. Return. On the lower abdomen, 4 become inferior to the center of the umbilicus, 2 become lateral to the anterior median line.
気象
ST30. Penetrating chi. In the groin region, at the same level as the superior border of the pubic symphysis, 2 become lateral to the anterior median line over the femoral artery.
皮下
ST31. Thigh gate. On the anterior aspect of the thigh, in the depression among 3 muscles, the proximal portion of the rectus femoris muscle, the sartorius muscle and the tensor fasciae lati muscle.
腹と
ST32. Crouching rabbit. On the anterolateral aspect of the thigh, on the line connecting the lateral end of the base of the patella with the anterior superior iliac spine, 6 become superior to the base of the patella.
因子
ST33. Yin market. On the anterolateral aspect of the thigh, lateral to the rectus femoris tendon, 3 become superior to the base of the patella.
両球
ST34. Beam mound. On the anterolateral aspect of the thigh, between the vastus lateralis muscle and the lateral border of the rectus femoris tendon, 2 become superior to the base of the patella.
手首
ST35. Calf's nose. On the anterior aspect of the knee, in the depression lateral to the patellar ligament.
足三里
ST36. Leg 3 miles. On the anterior aspect of the leg, on the line connecting ST35 with ST41, 3 become inferior to ST35.
上呼吸
ST37. Upper great hollow. On the anterior aspect of the leg, on the line connecting ST35 with ST41, 6 become inferior to ST35.
上口
ST38. Narrow opening. On the anterior aspect of the leg, on the line connecting ST35 with ST41, 8 become inferior to ST35.
下呼吸
ST39. Lower great hollow. On the anterior aspect of the leg, on the line connecting ST35 with ST41, 9 become inferior to ST35.
放流
ST40. Abundant bulge. On the anterolateral aspect of the leg, lateral border of the tibialis anterior muscle, 8 become superior to the prominence of the lateral malleolus.
外径
ST41. Stream divide. On the anterior aspect of the ankle, in the depression at the center of the front surface of the ankle joint, between the tendons of extensor hallucis longus and extensor digitorum longus.
商用
ST42. Rushing yang. On the dorsum of the foot, at the joint of the base of the second metatarsal bone and the intermediate cuneiform bone, over the dorsalis pedis artery.
韓国
ST43. Sunken valley. On the dorsum of the foot, between the second and third metatarsal bones, in the depression proximal to the second metatarsophalangeal joint.
内定
ST44. Inner courtyard. On the dorsum of the foot, between the second and third toes, posterior to the web margin, at the border between the red and white flesh.
レイダ
ST45. Sick mouth. On the second toe, lateral to the distal phalanx, 0.1 fcun proximal lateral to the lateral corner of the second toenail, at the intersection of the vertical line of the lateral border and the horizontal line of the base of the second toenail.